Hi guys, I'm back with a new tutorial. In this tutorial, we'll be looking at something simple. Again, we'll be creating a simple title animation in After Effects. So, just like before, we'll start with a new composition, and you can just name it however you want. And after that, we'll just go over and type in our text. Here, I'll be typing title. Once the text is like typed out and everything, you can just select an appropriate font size and font family and things like that. So one of the plugins I'll be using is Motion Tools. That you can get it from like Motion Design School, and this is useful for adding some key uh, ease in, ease out, and basic alignment and center pivot and things like that. So this is free of cost. You'll be able to get it. And another plugin I'll be using is Saber, which you can get it from Video Copilot. It is useful for like adding effects, create some glow animations effects, and you can do a lot of things with it. So we'll be using it for basic things only. And yeah, let's get started. So now that we have fixed our title and everything, you can just select a color and it will just turn it into a 3D. And you can go to the 3D settings and everything. There you'll be able to adjust and everything. You can just adjust the depth however you want. I'm just giving it like basic, like to make it look like 3D, like enough to make it look 3D. And here I'm not adding any kind of bevel to it. I'm just making the bevel to 0. You can just check in that and you can select the bevel if you want. After that, I'm going to add some attributes. First, I'll change the front color to a different color, that which a little bit pop up. Here, I'll be sticking with white only. You can just select any colors you want, or pop kind of effect like title we are going for. And after that, we can add a side color also for the depth we just added. So the side color, I'll be adding a different, like a little bit of yellow and like green yellow kind of color. This also, like, it's your choice. You can just add any colors you want, and there is option to like change it anytime, so it doesn't have to be like fixated at this point itself. Once you are happy with it, you can just make it into a pre-comp and make sure that all the attributes are moved inside the composition, and you can just name that into title text. And once that is done, we are going to add a new solid. You can just right click and go to new and select solid. And on the solid, once you install Saber, you can just add Saber. Here I'm going to add Saber. You can just search in the effects and preset panel. Once you install it, it will be available there. So once you add Saber, you can just align it across the title, so that we are going to make an animation like it is. The Saber is splitting the text into two halves, like top half and the lower half. And so that we can, there is a lot of options available. You can just select any of it. I'm going to stick with the default one because I wanted more like a sword kind of thing. So like if you add any other effect, it might not work properly, like it might not look properly. Yeah. And once that is done, you can just select any colors you want. Once that you are happy with it, then you can just go to the render options, and in the composition option you can just change black to transparent, so the black background will be removed. Once that is done, you can just go to customize core. There we will be able to add other effects and options, there you can adjust the end and the start size of the saber to make it thinner to thicker, and you'll be able to adjust the offset of the saber as well. So once you like happy with the effect you just made, and here I'm just making the start a little bit thicker and to be a little bit thinner, and I'm just adjusting the offset value, so it just moves like it's splitting the text into two. So first we'll just make the saber like invisible, and after that we'll just animate as it is, like moving completely forward to the right, splitting the text into two. And after that we can just edit the end value as well, so that after it moves, it disappears as well. So once you added that, here we are going to use the motion tools to like simply add a little bit of ease in and ease out. And after that, you can just play it. And once you are happy with the animation, you can just adjust the timing and speed of the animation. You can just hold Alt or Option, and then you can just drag the keyframes. It will just skews or stretch. According to that, you will be able to adjust the timing of the text. And once you're happy with it, then you can just select the composition, and we can just add a mask. And once you select the mask, make sure that it is cutting at the center, or how you added the saber. If you are adding it cross, then you can add it cross. If you are like adding it in a angle or something, you can just make the mask like that. And after that, make a duplicate of the composition, and then flip the mask so that we get two halves, the top half and the bottom half. And after that, we can just match with the saber animation keyframes, and we'll just move that composition to up and down. So we'll get a gap in between to add our second text. So I'm just adding a space between these two pieces. We'll just move it up and down, and we'll just add the same easing as we added for the saber as well. So we'll get the same speed, same effect, same everything. So once you added that, you can start play with the keyframe to adjust the timing and matching the saber and the split at the same time. And once you are okay with the animation, then you can move forward and start adding the second text. Now we're going into the main composition of the title text, and we're going to add a symbol animation. Like instead of the text always there, we'll just add a symbol scale animation. So like the text animation will scale up, and after that the split will happen, and in between the split we can add extra things. And first you have to add an animator, then reduce the size to 0, then you can just play with offset value to animate it. So obviously once you added a simple animation, it will start animating, and we're just adding a really simple animation, nothing too major, nothing too complicated. So just want a basic title to be animated. So we're just simply adding that only. Then we'll just add a little bit of easing, and that will give a little bit more life to the animation. Once you're happy with the animation, you can just go back to our original comp. There we'll be able to see the animation. The title will like scale up, and then the split will happen, and you can just adjust the keyframes to match it with the split, so that it will look a little bit complicated, and you might get a different result to what you're expecting. So I'm just playing with the timing, adjusting the keyframes, so that if I'm like able to get something interesting. And once you're happy with that, then you can add the second text layer. So now we're going to add the second text layer. Here again we'll go to the text layer, and we'll just type in here I'm just typing text here. You can just type in the actual title which you want, and we'll just reduce the text size, and we'll make sure that it is fitting between the two parts of the main title. And you can just experiment with the text weight, thickness, and things like that. Here whatever you are initially adding, you can always change it, so you don't have to worry about it. You can change the text size, style, everything you'll be able to change, and you'll still be able to like maintain the animation pretty much the same. And like if you are selecting a text that have a lot of influence on the animation, then you can just make like minor tweaks, and you'll be able to work with the animation. Then just like before, we'll just turn it into 3D, and we'll add a little bit of extrusion. And like before also, here also we'll add two different colors, one for the front and one for the side. Since the back and top everything is not visible here, we will not be like going into that. Like whenever you are walking in a different angle, or you are adding a text, adding a camera or something like that, then you can always like add different colors here, there, and add lights and things like that to make it a little bit better. So here I'm going to like add the same color as the side color as our main title, so which is yellow. So sometimes what happens is the color picker will not work properly. That time you just have to manually like select the color. It's not a big deal. So once you're happy with it, you can just start adding the animations for that text also, matching along with the splitting animation. So like before, I'm just adding the scale and adjusting the offset, and adding the same easing so that it is matched perfectly with the animations. Then you can just adjust the timing of the text to make sure that it is looking good and aligned properly. And yeah, I think that's about it. After that, it's about adding refined animations or textures or extra details to make it pop a little bit more and looks a little bit more interesting. And then you can just copy paste the keyframes in a reverse order so that it is going back as well. So once you are happy with that, you can reverse the keyframes so that the middle title, once the middle title is animated, you can just make sure that it is disappearing and it is coming back to the original title. And if you want, you can just reverse that as well, so that the title animation will have a like start and end, and you will have a looping also if you want to add a loop kind of animation for your title. So yeah, I think we are about done with the basic animation. Once you are done with the basic animation, then you can just add in a background with a different color or a color gradient so that it is looking and matching perfectly with your animations and everything like that. So yeah, I think even after the font change also it looks good. Then we can just add a simple solid layer, and we'll just add in a gradient or a fill color so that our title will look much better compared to a black or white background. And I'm just going with the dark blue, and after that we can just add a gradient ramp. Like if you're not happy, I'm not happy with the like solid color, so I'm just going to add a gradient ramp between dark blue and maybe a dark purple kind of thing, and you can just make it into a radial gradient so that the title will pop up even more. So yeah, that's about it, guys. I hope you guys like this simple tutorial where we make a simple title. This kind of titles can help you with like something simple, like where you want to like create something like really fast without having a lot of work on it. So yeah, I hope you guys like it, and I'll see you in the next video.